You Are the First You by Whitney Holtzman. Chapter 1, 10 Years in the Making. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Maya Angelou. If you take one lesson away from this book, I hope it's that you remember that people will never forget how you make them feel. When my dad, Steve, was in 7th grade, he wrote an essay about his dream to live in a New York City high-rise and enjoy life as a bachelor. He grew up in a small town, idolizing the Yankees and admiring the players' heroic status and chic, carefree lifestyles in the big city. Clearly, kids weren't exactly in the life picture my dad was painting for himself, and at this point, my arrival seemed far from promising. Cue Gail Goldman. When Steve met my mom, Gail, she told him that, unfortunately, they couldn't date seriously because he didn't envision having kids. He pondered her statement, called her back, and told her he would agree to have one child. She informed him that my dad's proposed compromise wouldn't do the trick. Gail wanted at least 2 kids, and she wasn't budging. He phoned again and said, okay, he would agree to have 2 children, and thus began their long-term marriage. 10 years in, I came along, followed by my brother Josh 3 years later. A miniature poodle, Casey, later joined the mix as well. But let's start from the beginning. My mom is from Chicago, and my dad is from a town in upstate New York called Elmira, but he moved to Chicago by the time they met. They got married when my mom was 25 and my dad was 26, after having been set up on a blind date and knowing each other for only 7 months. On one of their early dates, when my mom went over to my dad's apartment, she mentioned she liked the furniture. He said, "It's from the roof." My dad had borrowed his building's patio furniture to decorate his apartment and impress her. He'd also told her the first date was casual. She showed up. Of course, he didn't have a car, so she had to drive, and he was standing at the front doorway in a 3-piece suit. He then asked her to look in the closet and help him pick out an outfit. At the restaurant, when my dad ordered one salad for them to split, Gail drew a line down the middle, making sure she got exactly her half of the salad. A love of food runs in the family, as the Holtzmans rarely miss a meal. In fact, years later, my mom sent my brother and me to a class to learn about manners and etiquette. I came home crying hysterically. When my mom asked what could possibly have been so upsetting in a manners class, I replied, "The teacher told us it's not polite to ask for seconds on a date." My worst nightmare. When my parents discussed getting engaged, my dad said to my mom, "I didn't think you were the type of woman who wanted a ring." My mom set the record straight.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?